In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Hello everyone, Science Viking here, and it's time to return to Darkest Dungeon. Okay, my roster is full. Let's spend some gold. Start by seeing if the Nomad Wagon has anything good. I could upgrade it, but I think it would be more useful to upgrade the Survivalist to reduce the cost of learning new camping skills.
Success depends on survival.
And while I'm at it, I'm gonna quick learn Hound's Watch, and while I'm at that, I'm also going to have Reynold learn Zealous Vigil. So that's enough spending gold on camping skills for now. Let's look at upgrading gear. Okay, the Houndmaster's already been upgraded. And yeah, I can't afford armor smithing yet. However, yeah, I'll have the Occultist learn Vulnerability Hex and Demon's Pull. Houndmaster is good. And so is the Highwayman. Oh yeah, and so is the Flagellant. What about Dismas? No, Dismas is pretty... Well, I haven't upgraded Dismas's weapon. Let me do that. And... who else? Actually, let's see how the Plague Doctors are doing for abilities. Okay, this one's good, and the other one is also pretty good. I may as well learn Battlefield Medicine. But that's all the gold I'm going to spend for now. Instead, let's embark on a mission.
Just as I feared. Now loosed from their brackish prison, they will spread like locusts across our land.
Because now I need heirlooms. Okay, so I have 2 missions in the Courtyard now. One is Gather the Blood. The cursed heroes shake, whinge, and plea for more blood. This accursed fluid can only be found reliably in the Courtyard. Seek crates marked for the winemaker's reserve. So I now have a regular mission I can perform in the Courtyard to get more blood. And alternatively, morbid entertainment. The Baron invites you to join his twisted games. And this gets me the Baron's Lash, a Viscount's Invitation, and the Childhood Treasure for the Arablest. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to handle this one just yet. Also, over here, so curse-carrying insects have begun to spread over the estate. And that's just true for every area, though the infestation level is currently low. Let's see. Do I have Vengeful Greaves? Let me find out. I do already have a set of Vengeful Greaves, so I'm going to go to the wheel to get the Archer's Ring. And actually, no, I'm not, because 2 busts is worth more than 3 crests. So I'm going on the short mission for Warrens. And I'm bringing my Flagellant. Not really sure how to use him yet. But I'm gonna trade Reclaim for Reign of Sorrows. I'll put him in position 1. I'm gonna keep Reynold back. I'll put him in position 2, and I'll bring a Leper. And I'll bring the other Leper. This way I have a leper that is both hew and chop. And then Who else? The Vestal is currently receiving stress treatment, but this is a short mission, so that's manageable. However, I should bring a plague doctor who knows battlefield medicine. And that just leaves position 3 open. Who gets position 3? I'll give it to Dismas. He's reasonably experienced and has a pretty good ability set. Okay, let's do this. The main goal here is to collect heirlooms, because we need them. I don't need to bring any of the blood, because I don't have any afflicted heroes on this mission. Wasting heroes in town, 0. Though the existence of that metric suggests that that can happen. So, does that mean that if a hero goes enough weeks without receiving the blood, even if they don't go on a mission, they'll start wasting away? That's concerning. I only need a little food. I already have 1 medicinal herb, so let's make that 2. A couple of skeleton keys, a little holy water, plenty of anti-venom, not quite that much, and some bandages. Okay, we've sunk basically all of our money into this expedition, so here's hoping it works. I haven't purchased much food. I'm going to take the risk. This is the Warrens. I'm probably going to encounter a meat wagon. So yes, cannibalism is plan A now.
They breed quickly down there in the dark. But perhaps we can slay them even faster.
We can only hope. And the flagellant is bleeding, so I'm sure he's having a good time. Though, something I hadn't really thought about...
treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
So the flagellant has the ability to... I'm going to switch Reclaim back on. The flagellant has the ability to heal his teammates, but inflicts bleeding on himself. And the Plague Doctor has battlefield medicine, which cures bleeding in exchange for healing. Which cures bleeding. Not in exchange for anything, but okay. Room battle with treasure. Well, we need to investigate both. And, yep, supplicants. Which are basically just giant mosquitoes operating corpses. Getting Dark Souls 2 vibes all of a sudden. Punish will do 2 to 5, in addition to having a chance to cause bleed. Rain of Sorrows... Oh, Rain of Sorrows can only hit the ones in the back. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go for that. Combine that with Plague Grenade. And Pistol Shot on you. It won't kill, but that isn't the goal. Hugh could kill kids.
Continue
like so.
the onslaught. Destroy them all.
We're going for pre-digestion rather than gather the blood. That's the better of the 2 possibilities. Unfortunately, now we have gather the blood. And we already have another instance of the Crimson Curse, and I didn't bring any of the blood with me. Yeah, this is gonna make things harder. Okay, I'm actually gonna stick with Rain of Sorrows. Grape Shot Blast. And now we're down to only 1 enemy that's actually a threat. But first I'm going to use Battlefield Medicine to get rid of the Blight. And Chop to get rid of the 1 enemy that won't die on its own next turn. And of course I'm relying on the Leper to hit something, so naturally it fails.
The slow death.
There we go.
Unforeseen.
And there we go. Just the 1 supplicant left. Unfortunately, because of the Crimson Curse, he's already managed to cause me significant problems.
Press disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
It seems like the best bet is probably to go through the Crimson Court as quickly as possible.
Well performed.
Unfortunately, we don't have people who can comfortably take on a rank 2 mission yet. I'll have the Highwayman and the Leper team up to take out the Bloodletter, and the Plague Doctor and the Supplicant team up to take out the other 2. Between the 2 of them, they shouldn't have much trouble. Okay. And Chop. Unfortunately, we can't 2-shot either group, so they get 1 round to actually do things before they die.
Weaken.
And Unfortunately, the things they do manage to be rather devastating. Yeah, it's the end of the cutthroat, leaving only the Fusilier. So, of course, the more dangerous one is the one who's not dead yet. Okay, pistol shot from the Fusilier.
A faint hope blossoms.
I'm just gonna use Punish to get rid of the Bloodletter.
A death by inches.
Alright. Can't use Solemnity, but you can use Intimidate just to stall for a turn. I want to use Battlefield next. Because that can cure bleeding on 2 people without using a supply item.
Cuts on its own.
Which is good, because there appears to be a lot of bleeding here. I was expecting Blight, but instead we just got crazy amounts of bleeding. And busts. Yeah, everyone was bleeding by the end of that. I mean, I'm sure the Flagellant doesn't mind, but everybody else does. Alright, and another room battle. So we're gonna need a meat wagon pretty soon. And we don't have one. Okay, pile of bones is treated by holy water.
Wealth beyond
we
measure.
got some cash.
Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
In hindsight, I probably should have brought aid food. And more bandits. We have yet to encounter the swine in the Warrens. We're 3 battles deep, and it's everything except the swine. Choose Reign of Sorrows because I need these guys dead fast. Okay, open vein on the Bloodletter. Okay, he's not using point-blank shot on the
mortality clarified in a single strike.
Not that that's really much of an improvement. Chop. This is what happens when I don't bring a main healer. Unfortunately, they're a little busy right now. Okay. Open vein, because between Plague Grenade and Reign of Sorrows, we can get rid of the other 2. Alright, Reign of Sorrows. That may actually finish it by itself. It has. Okay, Battlefield Medicine on the leper. It won't do much, but it will do more than nothing. And more than nothing is something.
Gently. This is how a life
Chop
is taken.
and miss, because of course. And of course, the punishment does not miss. Yes, I started saying that before the attack finished, because I knew it wasn't going to miss. Because that's just the way things go around.
Has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue. As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go this way. Also, yeah, I have redeem. Ah!
Mechanical hazards, possessed by evil intent.
Back is a map inside, which does nothing useful because we already know the whole map. And spiders! Continuing the streak of never encountering the swine. The swine are all out to lunch or something, apparently. Of course, the spiders appear to be enough of a threat all by themselves. What? Torch level isn't that low. And a critical hit with web. Unfortunately, yeah, that means that's now happening.
And now the true test. Hold fast, or expire.
Okay, he's still holding up so far, including resisting the damage over time. Alright, use Redeem. Heal 33% max HP to someone else, and 34% of his own max HP. So use that to heal both yourself and the leper. Unfortunately, he's still the primary target. Chop, get rid of one of the spiders.
Executed with impunity.
And And that gave him a slight stress heal. But of course, they're focusing on the guy. Though he apparently heals everyone else every time he is brought down to death's door. Oh, he's rapturous. That's new. Blood washes my eyes and cleanses my vision. Okay. Light up another torch. Sticking with Grape Shot Blast, even though I shouldn't be. But I can use Battlefield Medicine to both get him off of death's door and remove the damage over time, meaning that he'll survive this. Unfortunately, the damage over time finished him. But the evil therein. Discretion. Oh, this is telling me that I can run away. Wait, that was my first fatality. 60% to hit with Chop, 60% to hit with Hugh. Hugh isn't guaranteed to kill, but it's likely to kill. And they're all stunned. So, when the Flagellant takes damage, he does various things that are helpful to me. So, like, when he is at death's door, all of his teammates are healed, and when he dies, all of the enemies are stunned. Okay, I need to change the Plague Doctor's ability, so I use Blinding Gas for Incision. Okay, let's see what Holy Water does. Holy Water does nothing. Alright, let's just get out of this room. Okay, I think we can manage the last room battle with the people we have left.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
We have just had the worst luck with traps. And we finally encounter the swine. Also, I'm gonna have to take this fight a bit more seriously. I'm using the blood. That did less good than I was hoping it would.
Eradicated.
But he still managed to get rid of the witch. That's good enough. Alright. Incision. The Plague Doctor can take out the Brawler basically by himself. Just give it enough time. That just leaves the Chopper as the real threat. Ball and Chain does not pull, I don't think. Alright, Chop on the Chopper. Go between Wicked Slice. Actually, I'm just gonna go do that.
Confidence surges.
I was going to let the Plague Doctor take out the Gladiator, but that would have, or the Brawler, but that would have been a bad idea. We want to remove enemies from the fight as much as we can. But this is actually looking fairly manageable. Another Incision. Another Chop. Okay, that leaves just the Wretch. And you can't one-shot him without a critical. And unsurprisingly, you don't get a critical. Which means you get Vomit in exchange for your bullet. Plague Grenade won't kill unless it blights, which it did. Alright. There's one to chop one of the corpses while we wait for him to die. And the other corpse took care of itself. And I guess we're finishing off with Open Vein. Okay, let's get out of here.
Horrors.
Okay, so
and driven into the mud.
I'm liking the Flagellant class, but they're probably
their squeals fade. Their confidence is shaken.
I'm liking the Flagellant class, but they're probably the most complicated class that I've encountered. You know, they're effective, but they're kind of hard. It's hard to keep track of how exactly they work. Okay, and the leper has scattering. I'm tempted to lock that in so it can't be replaced by something more negative, since he has no ranged attacks, I don't think.
The degeneracy of the Hamlet is nothing, I fear, when compared to the condition of surrounding acres.
Cornerstones. The resurrection of our ramshackle hamlet has lured brave artisans and merchants who see potential in the vacant lots surrounding the town square. One blueprint awarded. District buildings. The hamlet is growing, and news of your presence is emboldening craftsmen to return. You may now construct all new buildings. They are expensive, but provide unique bonuses that may help you in your endeavors to cleanse the estate. so let's see what those are. District currencies. Most district buildings require blueprints and heirlooms to build. Blueprints are dropped when bosses are killed. Color of Madness districts require shards, which are earned in the farmstead. The mill is unique in that it requires memories. Memories are mostly dropped in the Endless Harvest quest by killing the Sleeper. Note, to gain access to all district buildings, you must purchase the Crimson Court DLC and the Color of Madness DLC. Well, I have both DLCs. So, the mill, heroes will no longer suffer random hunger checks. Geologic Study Hall, gem inventory stacking increased by 1. Tainted Well. Holy Water increases its buffs, and Laudanum adds a stress resistance buff in addition to removing horror. Miasmal Orchard. Medicinal herbs adds a disease resistance, and antivenom adds blight resistance. Oh, I think I went too far. I went definitely too far. Let's get back to the beginning. Okay, the red hook is the next one. Ah! I see what I'm doing. I see what I'm doing. I'm clicking a little past the arrow and going all the way over. The red hook. A monument with no purpose except proclamation of one's dedication. Costs 50,000 gold and 750 crests. This is basically just saying, yep, I've been playing this save file forever. Bank. Interest gained on saved gold, 5% per week. That actually doesn't really look like a very good investment, because the thing is, in addition to the 50 portraits, it costs 5,000 gold, which means that, not 5,000, it costs 15,000 gold. It would take a pretty long time for that to pay for itself. I could see it being useful if you're saving up to get the red hook, though. Like if you're doing an endless game just to do that. Cartographer's Camp. Torchlight is more beneficial. Granary. Plus 15% healing when eating. Some food is granted for free each week. That could be very helpful. Also, I'm seeing, so some of these actually cost a blueprint to make. So the idea is the blueprints are interchangeable. You just need to have one to make each of these structures, except for the ones over here, which are DLC related, which only require shards, or in one case, memories. The one with memories is incredibly powerful, but I suspect getting that many memories is not going to be easy. Puppet Theater. Idle stress relief in town increased by 10 per week. Sanguine Vintners. 2 bottles of the blood brewed each week. Don't ask too many questions about how they're creating the blood. House of the Yellow Hand. Bounty Hunter, Grave Robber, and Highwayman receive 4% critical and 5% scouting chance. Altar of the Light. Crusader, Vestal, and Flagellant receive 10% stun resistance and healing skills. So now there are just a whole bunch of buildings that increase the effectiveness of specific classes. So like I can power up, so one powers up like the Arbalest, Houndmaster, and Man-at-Arms. Outsider's Bonfire. 2 additional respite points if you have at least one Abomination, Hellion, or Leper in your party. Oh, those are the time units for when you're resting. That's interesting. Though these cost a lot. These seem really like end game level stuff. Like the Performance Hall, I think, is the cheapest one. Actually, the Granary or the Sanguine Vintners are the other ones that you can get early-ish, but these all cost a ton, so it's going to be a while before I can get those. In the meantime, let's see if I can get armor smithing. Armor smithing is one option. The other option is... I'm not going to be able to get Instructor Mastery to get the next level of skills, so instead... let's look into getting armor smithing. And so for armor smithing, I need deeds. Okay. Let's Trade 2 portraits for 3 deeds. And then let's trade away... Oh, I don't have any crystal shards. $5 for 4 deeds, and now I have enough to get armor smithing level 1. It'll be a long time before I have enough to get any kind of smithing level 2. Alright, so I have a fairly specific plan for what I want to do now. And it requires fairly specific people to specifically be fairly strong. Okay, we only have 1 man-at-arms, and he has the Crimson Curse. But I don't necessarily need a man-at-arms. The main thing I need is a Crusader. Okay, how about my Houndmaster? We only have 1 Houndmaster, and he also has the Crimson Curse. Speaking of which, I should hire someone else. I'm gonna go with another Vestal because life without a main healer is painful.
A sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
Let's see. The question is, I'm planning on taking on the Apprentice Necromancer. The question is, do I want to bring a Vestal for extra stunning and healing, or do I want to bring a Arablest for extra? Or do I want to bring a Occultist for extra ability to mark people? I'm gonna go with a Vestal. Upgrade her armor. I don't really need to upgrade the Vestal's weapon, but I am upgrading the Arablest's armor. And I'll upgrade. Okay, Reynald is fully upgraded. Now I just need to make sure everybody has the abilities I want them to have. You do. Reynald also does. Okay, the Vestal, yep, the Vestal has the ability set I need her to have, and yep, Bola, Sniper's Mark, Sniper Shot, Battlefield Bandage. Okay, and I'm actually going to save my gold because I keep discovering I don't have enough. And we're going after the Apprentice Necromancer. Arablest. A Dazzling Mirror. Extra speed and stun chance against bloodsuckers. That's new. As well as a pretty good haul of heirlooms, which I'm trying to call trinkets for some reason. Okay. K9 unit. We're running the K9 unit. Unequip all trinkets. And yeah, I'm definitely equipping the bedtime story for the Arablest. Increased accuracy and critical versus marked, as well as increased debuff and move skill chance. Let's combine that with the Vengeful Greaves. Let's see. I'll give the Vestal the Snake Oil because I really don't want her to become afflicted, and let's combine that with a Dodge Stone. Houndmaster, I'll also give him a Dodge Stone, and you know, the extra scouting chance could actually be helpful. And for that, the Crusader, he gets the Swordsman's Crest, and I'll just give him the Blight Charm due to the lack of anything else to give him. Alright. And let us begin. Okay, we're definitely going to need to bring plenty of food. Fortunately, we have plenty of cash. We need to bring a little bit of the blood because of our Houndmaster. Need bandages, but there's little need for anti-venom. There's only 1 use for medicinal herbs. We need plenty of keys and holy water. Okay. Shovels. Don't need many, but we need a couple. And the one thing I always try to forget, torches. Alright, that should be enough. Let's see if we can survive this mission.
Mastery over life and death was chief among my early pursuits. I began in humility, but my ambition was limitless. Who could have divined the prophetic import of something as unremarkable as a twitch in the leg of a dead rat? A devil walks these halls. Only the mad or the desperate go in search of him.
So, which category do I fall into, then? This is a room battle with treasure, which means it's tempting to go for it, but since it's definitely a dead end, I'm actually going to pass on that. Depending on the condition we're all in at the end of the mission, I may come back and go for this, but I want to kill the Necromancer first to guarantee a success. And we already have use for medicinal herbs. And we found more of the blood! And blood inside of an Iron Maiden, who would have guessed? Okay, who has the best trap disarm chance of all of you? Of the however many of you there are. I don't know how many heroes I got. I can't count that high. Okay, the Houndmaster has the best chance. And fortunately, the path we actually have to take to get to the Necromancer is relatively clear so far. I'm sure that will turn around at some point, but it's good for the moment. And now we're off the map. Which means I won't be able to see the traps incoming. That's my real concern. And skeletons in need of a good smiting. Okay, let's mark the Arablast. Dazzle the defender so that he can't defend. And, you know, I could one-shot the defender. Let's just go for that. Even if it doesn't kill him, we'll get close. Up in the night. And he went for... Okay, that... Honestly, not going for Stunning Blow was probably a mistake, but he went for Axe Blade instead of Bone Blade, so we're okay. And I get another one immediately.
Their formation
the end of the
is
Arablast.
broken. Maintain the offensive.
That's the enemy Arablast. Our Arablast can take out the Bone Rabble, or attempt to take out the Bone Rabble.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
And the Crusader looks at the Arablast who failed to kill the Bone Rabble, just shrugs and says, "Oh, come on, I'll show you how to smite something," and then finishes it off with Zealous Accusation. There's a reason why I brought the smiting expert to this mission. Still no room battles. Now we have one. Yeah, the level of resistance is increasing, but it's still pretty low. And I have some deeds, or a deed. Great! More of the thirst. That's a really bad opening round to have. Are they all faster than us? Because they didn't surprise us. We're not surprised. Okay, Sniper Shot isn't going to one-shot, so instead I'm going to go with Sniper's Mark. And that's Dazzling Light is the one that's blood-fed and is more dangerous. Okay, Predigestion. Actually, if you're going to target the Houndmaster, it doesn't really matter what ability you use. Okay, Hound's Rush. 90% to hit. Unlikely to kill unless it inflicts bleeding, though. And since it only bleeds for 1 damage per round, it still isn't going to kill. Ah, Bombing Run. Here we go for Sniper's Mark on the other Supplicant. Just let this Supplicant bleed to death. Smite.
Decimated.
Okay, finally reduced their number by 1 at least. Still going for Predigestion, though I forgot that I had to worry about that, and that's why I didn't bring any anti-venom. Just go with Divine Grace. He's gonna have to heal through the blight. Rush. And that one is even less dead than the previous one. And still going for Predigestion. You know, now would be a great time to have some of the anti-venom I didn't buy. Alright. Keep going for regular healing. I always that's the thing about me when it comes to preparing for missions. I always manage to forget something. Not the same thing every time, but there's always something. Ah, great. Gather the blood. Okay, it missed. Good. Okay, I can at least get you a bandage, and let's combine that with battlefield bandage, because I need to heal you. And Zealous Accusation.
Press this
That
advantage.
takes care of 2 of them.
Give them no quarter.
Of all of our abilities, I think...
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
A moon ring. Okay, the map doesn't tell me whether or not there's obstacles. I'm gonna drop the, I'll drop the journal page. We'll get it back later. It will come around again.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Okay, the poisoning has at least ended. Unfortunately, now we have a room battle, though I suppose the good news is it's an opportunity for more healing. And we keep encountering mosquitoes. I hate it when these invasive species just completely displace the natural wildlife. I mean, at this point, we're going to need to start some kind of like skeleton conservation society to keep the skeletons from going extinct thanks to competition from this new invasive species of bloodsuckers. Okay, that didn't kill. This will.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Alright. Just reduce the number of them. Go for maddening wine instead of the thirst. And that one went for the thirst, because of course it did. Because we can't have nice things. And even more pre-digestion. Just go ahead, just rub it in that I forgot to bring anti-venom. Rub it in. Okay, that at least can't give him the Crimson Curse, because he already has it. Bombing Run, however, that's not good. Okay, Divine Grace, with the boosted healing received thanks to Battlefield Bandage. Have an idea. Starting with Hound's Rush on the Sycophant. Okay, you, Bandage, and Battlefield Bandage. Further increase the buff to healing received. Zealous Accusation can now one-shot the front Sycophant and do a lot of damage to the rear Sycophant.
A faint hope blossoms.
Frankly, Battlefield Bandage is... not Battlefield Bandage. Zealous Accusation has been the most helpful ability this entire mission. Great. Okay, Divine Grace again, with the ever-increasing healing bonus. Of course, the problem with that is that the base healing is relatively low since it's Divine Grace level 1, and I don't even have any trinkets that boost the Vestal's healing. Okay, this is a bit... Okay, there's a bit of a lower chance that I actually managed to kill the Sycophant this time. Yeah, it could, but it's not guaranteed to. But Reynold can kill anything.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can
not
be
what I wanted
beaten.
to do. Also, yes, the Arbalest is antsy and has a weak grip on life. Honestly, I'm seriously considering dismissing this Arbalest just because of how many severe negative quirks she has. I'm just gonna eat this stack of food because we'll still have 12 food afterward. And now I can grab the crests. Let's let a Crusader open the sarcophagus. This Arbalest has so many negative quirks, I might end up having to dismiss her after this mission is over. Though I feel very bad about dismissing someone who has helped me defeat a
awarded
boss.
to the brave and the
I
foolhardy
might not have a
alike.
choice. And... oh, and we have scouting. That's where the boss is. Alright, I was gonna say, barring the worst luck I can imagine with the boss being here, the boss would be in this room. Okay. Let's make sure the right camping skills are equipped. I have Hound's Watch. I also have Zealous Vigil. Alright. Make camp. Feast.
Gathered close in tenuous firelight. An uneasy companionship.
And... I'm gonna go with Triage to get everyone up. Oh, it doesn't actually heal the user of the ability. However, I'm going to use Zealous Speech. And Zealous Vigil. And that's all of our time, but we're at full health and low stress. I just don't have any of the camping skills that
may
grant
we find
buffs.
victory.
Okay. Before I do anything else, I'm going to use one of the vials of the blood that I found. Minus 15% stress, as well as extra dodge and speed.
Even the cold
And
stone seems
here we
bent
go.
on preventing passage.
One last curio, and then the fight. And the curio is a map that does nothing. We keep getting these maps of things we already know. And here he goes.
Fierce, terrible, nightmare
Lying dead. Okay, that only brings out one. Okay, lighting up a torch to get us up to maximum torch level, and I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so I'm gonna start with some healing on the Aura Blessed, just to recover from the critical she just took. Okay, Sniper's Mark on the Apprentice. And, because the Apprentice is classified as unholy and is within reach, let's just go with Smite. Take down a cool about 15% of his maximum health in one hit. Go for a dog treat, and here we go. And that only did 15 despite all of the damage bonus. Yeah, this is why when you need to kill undead, you bring a Crusader.
The match is struck.
Okay, unfortunately he resisted the stun.
Star is born.
Which means he gets to use the Clawing Dead again, and now he's out of reach of Smite. Not to mention having to deal with a couple of rounds of Graveyard Slash, but that's not exactly the end of the world. Keep the Hound going. And I should be able to one-shot this.
Be gone,
Unfortunately,
fiend.
it will leave behind a corpse, which means he's not going to be pulled forward immediately. Lacking any good pulling abilities, there's a reason why I brought two people who can comfortably attack the floor. Oh, and that just resurrects one of his minions. I forgot he could do that.
Impressive.
On the other hand, he isn't prepared for me being able to do this. Okay, he's not... This isn't his last round. He gets to live a little bit... Actually, he may not. Let's see if Judgment can finish the job for us. Not quite. We may as well smite one of these guys and fail. Yeah, I need to... Well, now he'll die just from the damage over time, but... I can just finish him up with Sniper Shot. Not even marked, but it doesn't matter.
To actuate them. Will these walking bones finally fail?
And two trinkets.
Foolish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
What else to drop? I'll drop the last one bandage for the Stalwart Buckle. However, yeah, I'm going to continue adventuring. We have enough food to deal with hunger once. We have the blood in case the Houndmaster starts to have problems. I kind of want to see what this curio is, because it could be like luggage or something. Well, no, it can't be luggage because this is the crypt. But it could be something helpful. But much more importantly, I want the... I want to get to this chest because it's probably a heirloom chest, and we desperately need to upgrade some of the Hamlet stuff. I'm not used to just how bad a lot of Hamlet functions are when they haven't been upgraded. The biggest one is just I forgot that I had to upgrade things before I had to upgrade the guild and the blacksmith before I could further upgrade people's abilities and equipment, and I'm just not used to how much stuff costs, especially when you can only do low-level missions that get you very little gold. But we'll be back there pretty soon. No hunger so far, that's good. Okay, I know there's a trap ahead. There it is. Let the Houndmaster deal with it. He's the one with all the dexterity. And you know what? What happens when I do this? He made gold!
Waiting to be spent.
I'll drop the jade for the 600 gold. Actually, I should have dropped the shovels a while ago, because I keep forgetting that we've already done everything that can be done with shovels. Salvage the unburnt torch.
Glittering gold,
boon
trinkets
at
and
last.
baubles.
I will admit,
Paid for in blood.
when someone with the Crimson Curse says something innocuous, it's really funny to see like the blood text border while they're when they're just saying like a boon at last or
Another
something like
abomination
that.
cleansed from our lands.
Okay, that's 2. The Hound's Rush can comfortably hit them from anywhere. Combine that with Dazzling Light just to prevent it from getting an action. And there we go.
Back to the pit.
That was easy.
Seize this momentum.
Now
Push
dropping
on to
the
the
shovels
task's
for the
end.
bust, since I know that there aren't any more things that require shovels, since the place where we are right now, the ruins, that's the word I'm looking for, does not have any curio interactions that require shovels. Okay, we've had hunger, and I hope you guys are satisfied, because... Okay, he's craving. I think we can make it through this without feeding him more blood. I have plenty of blood, though. And we get to deal with Tempting Goblet again. Tempting Goblet and Quarrel, it's a twofer. Two favorite abilities. Sniper's Mark. Honestly, I probably should have just used Sniper Shot. Just gonna go for some healing.
A momentary abatement.
And may as well smite Soldier.
Another one falls.
And 9 to 14 damage.
Executed with impunity. Annihilated.
Yeah, and the Arbalest is tired of being kept in the back line, just marking targets, and she decided it's her turn to kill something.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
And there we go. And I found
As
another
victories
trinket.
mount, so
Hero
too will
contemplates
resistance.
mortality. Thanatophobia. Plus 20% stress of HP below 50%. I probably need to treat that. Wonder if there's a way. There doesn't seem to be a way to have a guaranteed safe interaction with the sepulchers. Like most of the other ones that can do something negative, there's something you can do to guarantee that they won't. Okay, Sniper Shot. Without a critical, it won't kill, but that's not the goal. Dazzle one of the rabble. Smite the other rabble. And now I just need Hound's Rush. Hound's Rush can't actually do that. Okay, I guess Sniper's Mark was the right call. Well, I suppose I was targeting a different enemy last time, but Hound's Rush can't do 10 damage to these guys. On the other hand, okay, we're gonna need to treat the craving status of the Crimson Curse. On the other hand, we're apparently fighting an Imperial Storm Arbalest, and he just can't hit anything ever. And neither can our crossbows just really inaccurate. Is that what this is? Well, Divine Retribution, that tends to hit the mark. Okay.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Crimson Curse, Bloodlust. Yep, now he's powered up. I mainly just did that to get rid of the craving status so he stops passing turns. But you know, this could be fun. Just wreak bloody vengeance against these enemies that keep causing me so many problems. And point blank shot, because of course he uses point blank shot. Why would he use anything else? Do a stunning blow. And even with the Bloodlust, he can't one-shot them, but he can at least two-shot them. Well, he could if he got a critical hit, but he won't. And the Bloodletter is all by himself. If he's stunned, that'd be even better. And he is indeed stunned. Now we just all... yeah, he's gonna die before he even gets another action unless we manage to miss everything. is we got Judgments. Which is, I'll admit, Judgment is a lot more powerful when I'm not using a trinket that reduces the Vestal's damage out.
Monstrous size
and
has
there we go.
Intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
Something I actually hadn't thought about until a second ago. A lot of the enemies we fight with are full of blood, and yet heroes with the Crimson Curse can't, like, drink the blood of bandits or other enemies to satisfy their thirst. Instead, their thirst is only satisfied by the blood. It's almost like the blood isn't just normal blood, like there's something else to it. Wonder if we'll find out what that is. Okay, may as well drop the torches and the keys to get room for more crests. And it's time to hit the road. Also, I don't think this is in the base game, the ability to get 2 different kinds of heirlooms from certain missions. I think without the DLC active, you always get only one kind of heirloom as a quest reward. But instead we get both crests and busts, which is good because we need both. Not to mention the 40 crests that we got from just the stuff that we found. And we have our first 2 level 3 heroes. And the Arbalest is luminous. Perfectionist. That's another pretty serious negative quirk. +5 stress when attack misses. So one of the things the DLC added is they made negative quirks a lot more damaging. Okay, Reynald is sickly instead, is disease prone instead of having a weak grip. That's an improvement.
Can you feel it? The walls between the sane world and that unplumbed dimension of delirium are tenuously thin here.
Alright. Next thing I get should be the ability to upgrade skills to level 2. Which means I need 1 more portrait. No, I need several more portraits. Let's trade away crests for portraits. Do that. And let's get our first point of instructor mastery so that we can learn level 2 skills. And I still have some left. Let's see, sanitarium. Oh, this tells me the current contagion level, which at the moment is none. Okay, I'm gonna reduce the I'm gonna put 1 point in the treatment library.
The front line of this war is not in the dungeon, but
reduce
rather
the negative quirk treatment cost.
inside the mind.
And now let's ask, what is the negative quirk treatment cost to get rid of Ansi? 1,800 gold to get rid of Ansi. You know what? Bolbeck has been extremely helpful. I can afford it. I'm gonna do that. That's not, since it hasn't been locked in yet. It's not that expensive to get rid of it, and for someone has actually taken out 2 bosses already, it's worth investing in. This is a hero that's worth investing in. Okay, I want to upgrade the hero barracks, but I can't even get close to affording that. The next thing I would want would be either upgrading the furnace or the training regiment so we can get a lower cost, but I'm not going to be able to do either of those either. So instead, let's see about upgrading the stress treatment facilities. I can upgrade the penance hall with what I already have. Let's compare that to... Yeah, the only other upgrade I can afford is upgrading the penance hall to get more efficient stress treatment.
A little hope, however desperate, is never without worth.
And the Crimson Curse makes some things interesting because I really now need to take advantage of the fact that I have 2 entirely different stress treatment facilities so that I can put the infected people in one and the not infected people in the other. So for instance, in this case, I can put Dismas in the transept to treat his stress, and I can put Machel in the bar to treat his stress, and there's no risk of contagion. Now let's actually spend Now let's see if we can actually upgrade some abilities. Let's upgrade Smite and Zealous Accusation for you. Let's upgrade Divine Grace, Divine Comfort, and Dazzling Light for you. And frankly, that's probably all I should spend before we accumulate more. Also, let me just... Wait, why do I only have one blueprint? I beat a boss. That didn't get... Is beating bosses not guaranteed to get you blueprints? That's odd. Anyway, let's go on another mission. And I'm actually thinking... We're not ready to take on the Morbid Entertainment quest yet. Instead... Let's first see what our... So let's first go back to the Hamlet for a moment. This might be an opportunity to get some experience for the new Vestal. Though I just spent quite a bit of gold learning new abilities for her. So... let's bring Reynold as the most experienced. And... who else to bring? Because yes, I'm gonna go back to the farmstead. Using Reynold and Traley. And then to round that out, I need someone who's pretty good at attacking the enemy's back line, and for that I'm actually going to go with a Plague Doctor. What's the name of this team? Witch Hunt. And trade Disorienting Blast. Actually, the clear all corpses... Actually, no, corpse clearing is useless here, so I'll go with Noxious Blast. For the Vestal, she gets the standard. Whatever this class... The Crusader, that's the class that Reynold is. I keep tripping over my words today. The Crusader gets the same equipment he already had. Alright, the Dazzling Mirror isn't that good. Dodge Stone is, and Blight is a bit more of a thing in this area. Okay, get the Plague Doctor, the Rotgut Sensor, and yeah, I'll give him the Debuff Stone. And Reynold continues to get the Swordsman's Crest, and I'll also give him a Dodge Stone. And the Leper gets Snake Oil and the Healing Armor. He only has Chop, so he doesn't have the best ability set, but I can't really afford to spend much more gold. Alright, a little anti-venom, a couple of bandages is really all I need, I think. So, let's do this. Once more unto the DLC. Let's see how far I can make it with this team. Alright. Celestial Cornerstone. Onward. Okay, so the Scarecrow starts off in stealth. Oh, and this introduces stealth. Alright. Plague Doctor. Plague Grenade, I mean, from the Haunting Revelation. And Horror, for our first encounter with Horror. No, it's not our first encounter. I think we've had Horror before. Go the seeds. Fortunately, in addition to bringing anti-venom, I also brought the Plague Doctor. I also have the Plague Doctor's Battlefield Medicine ability. And our first kill. All Chop can do is get rid of the corpse, which can still be helpful. Ceaseless labor. It's already blighted for 4. Noxious Blast will blight him for 5. So Noxious Blast will kill. Except it failed to blight. We need healing right now. So go for healing. Especially with an inexperienced main healer.
But never hidden.
Fortunately, Ceaseless Labor is their less dangerous ability. Okay, so this one will die on his own, so let's just focus on Scarecrow, who has dodge of 15 somehow. That was embarrassing. Flail the crops. I'm gonna go for battlefield medicine on the plague.
Compassion is
What?
a rarity.
I keep first
battle.
first I'm saying the plague doctor is using the plague doctor. Now I'm just convincing myself that every character is the plague doctor. I don't have a team of 4 plague doctors. Yeah, this is a mission for which you want to bring a lot of anti-venom or something to do with a blight clearing ability.
Inches.
When this meter is full, I believe is when I get a reward. Right, chop.
Destroyed.
And the leper's beginning to make a name for himself. Smite has a 75% chance to hit. The seeds of madness. We're gonna take a bit of a risk with a plague grenade on the farmhand. In hindsight, I maybe should have gone for battlefield medicine. But Zealous Accusation should be able to eliminate both, except that it doesn't hit the Scarecrow, because nothing hits the Scarecrow. Ever. I'm not even gonna let the leper try to hit the Scarecrow. We all know he will miss. Because everyone does. The stars are not right. Paw the ground. What does that do? It puts him into stealth, okay. Which also means I can't use Plague Grenade. Okay, Noxious Blast. Yeah, Noxious Blast has a high chance to hit the Scarecrow.
Destroy them all.
Honestly, the Plague Doctor is a good solution for the Scarecrow. Noxious Blast is pretty accurate, even against an enemy with high dodge. And while it doesn't do good direct damage, the Blight will kill the Scarecrow. Okay. And Zealous Accusation.
Their formation is
Do a
broken.
little bit of house cleaving.
Maintain
House cleaving!
defensive.
I just cannot talk today. First I'm calling everybody the Plague Doctor, and now I'm talking about doing house cleaving, because I can't decide whether I'm trying to say house cleaning or housekeeping.
The ground quakes.
You move forward 1. Oh, that leaves the Crusader unable to use anything except Inspiring Cry. Ah! And now I accidentally clicked pass when I'm trying to click move. It's like defeating the Necromancer used up all of my mojo, and now I can't do anything right.
Gaze.
The Necromancer just used up all my mojo, and now I can't do anything. Okay, move 1. Bestial Scream. Okay, chop. 7 to 14. That could one-shot, and it did.
Victory. Perhaps the turning point.
Okay, I'm gonna stick with another Noxious Blast because I want the corpse to be gone as quickly as possible. And you just have to move forward 1. And, okay, so damage over time can't really be used for that purpose. I'm gonna go for battlefield medicine for now. And now trample. But it's out of stealth. And we're out of formation. I'm going to dazzle this thing for a turn in the hopes of getting more of a chance to get into formation again. Explosive undoing. Because even the corpses are a threat still.
Consumes the mind.
Unstable residence. Oh, wonderful.
Teetering on the brink.
At death's door
facing
and
the
blighted.
abyss.
Please let the Vestal go before the Plague Doctor does, please. Rearing strike, but at least it's not at the Plague Doctor. But it causes bleeding, because of course it causes bleeding. Okay, heal the Plague Doctor so he doesn't die this turn.
If only to bleed again.
Okay, going for chop. Still need to do a bit more damage for that thing to die. Move back 1. That way when the that way when the Crusader moves forward 1. Ooh. And Bestial Scream. Which
Injury
only
and
causes stress
despondence
damage.
set the stage for heroism or cowardice.
Snag yourself some anti-venom and a Noxious Blast on this thing. so I need you to do 7 damage. Perfect. You go for Inspiring Cry. There's a reason for that. This thing might not leave behind a corpse if it dies due to blight, and if that happens... The one remaining enemy is in stealth, which means we just have to spend a turn healing ourselves. Fortunately, everybody in this team has something they can do that does not require them to have an enemy to target. Oh, right. Intimidate can de-stealth enemies. That works too. I forgot that that could do that. Okay, I'm gonna follow that up with Stunning Blow. And success! Okay, Chop could one-shot. It doesn't, but it could have. Okay, let's get some healing in. And now we just need to finish this thing off. Like so.
Size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Smite. I haven't seen the progress bar increase in a while, and that makes me nervous. Have I not been making progress? No trespass. Okay. Plague Grenade blights for 4. He has 26, so even if it... And it failed to blight anyway. Ceaseless Labor. Much like Ceaseless Discharge, not the thing you want to be dealing with. Alright. Was Dazzle the last one to keep him from taking an action? I probably should have just gone for damage instead, but... Zealous Accusation will probably destroy him, and manages to do 1 fewer points of damage than I needed it to destroy the corpse. Of course. Of course.
Impressive.
Okay, that's the end of the last farmhand, at least, and he won't leave behind a body. To die without leaving behind a corpse, that is the way of the farmhand. Okay, Chop. Can at least easily eliminate one of those. No trespass. Okay, now I see the progress thing progressing. Maybe it was just my imagination that it wasn't making progress. And Zealous Accusation will also get rid of the accusation.
Executed
and
with
damage the
impunity.
foreman. And his reinforcements show up. Are we fools to press on? Yes, yes we are. You were fools the moment you decided that it would be a good idea to work for me. Many hands. What's that do? Oh, it's a buff. Speed and protection. And, of course, another maximum evasion scarecrow. Okay, let's go with Battlefield Medicine to get rid of the blight. And, frankly, the Vestal just needs to provide all of the healing she can. Ceaseless Labor. Fortunately, the buff only increases his defense, it doesn't increase his damage. We're gonna go with Zealous Accusation because it's something that can damage the Scarecrow. Oh, it can damage the Scarecrow a lot. Okay. And he won't die from blight anyway, so I may as well target him and fail to kill him. Right. This is starting to go poorly. But I never expected this mission to be easy. And his resolve is tested, and he's paranoid. Well, resolve checks were bound to be coming in sooner or later.
The shadows whisper of conspiracy.
Okay. Judgment won't kill, but it will reduce his health by enough that the blight will.
The slow
like so.
death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Okay, Ceaseless Labor. Not sure what caused that, but it clearly was a quirk of some kind. Okay, 60% chance to hit the Scarecrow, but he can actually kill it again. I'll go for it. I'll take it. Okay, we're out of anti-venom, unfortunately. But Zealous Accusation, we can remove the corpse before it manages to transform into something. And Chop could potentially one-shot this guy. Of course, that assumes that Chop manages to hit, which I really need to stop thinking that it will. I just need to stop assuming that the leper can hit things. Alright, Battlefield Medicine to get rid of the blight. Honestly, the Plague Doctor has been really helpful in this whole fight. Zealous
confidence
accusation
surges
because
as the enemy
Reynold will not be
crumbles.
stopped. And this time the corpse just... Oh, it disappears to be replaced by enemies. His fiends spring forth from a madman's nightmare. Okay. Noxious... Would have really been nice for Noxious Blast to hit. Okay, that's close enough. It's gonna use Paw the Ground to get into stealth. He's gonna use Sow the Seeds to cause me to have nightmares. Okay, just focus on healing the Crusader. Ceaseless Labor. Fortunately, it failed to cause bleeding. Wait, Ceaseless Labor can't cause bleeding. It's other abilities that do that. But Zealous Accusation can remove those two.
No quarter.
Can put those two out of my misery. And I can't use Plague Grenade, but I can use Incision.
Back to the pit.
Excise the tumor. Okay, Trample de-stealths command places him within range of those two. The Vestal just needs to heal. I'm gonna let this crystalline aberration continue to exist in the hopes of getting rid of the force.
Champion falls.
Explosive Undoing. His Explosive Undoing consistently only does 3 damage and some horror.
Uncertainty. The birthplace of dread.
Every one of them will fall. I just don't think I'm... Yeah, I need to treat whatever quirk it is that's causing him to do that. Okay. That's the start. And Ceaseless Labor on the guy with the fewest hit points, because of course. Oh, and they're focusing on the guy with the fewest hit points, too. Good luck, Reynold. You're gonna need it. Okay, we can heal him up at least. He's up to 11. Alright. As long as we don't have any heart attacks, we should be okay. The progress meter is almost full. Zealous Accusation will probably kill the front farmhand and wear down the rear farmhand. The seeds of wickedness. Alright. Excise the crystalline aberration.
Cleansed from our lands.
Okay, chop the guy in the back, and now I can remove 2 of them in one action. Of course, that means having to take 6 damage worth of the crystals exploding if I don't take them out first, but I'm gonna have to live with that. Find comfort. And yeah, Zealous Accusation, which unfortunately means 2 corpses now. Or we've made enough progress, and this is a success.
So too will resistance.
Okay, return to the Hamlet, and let's see what all we got from this. Achievement unlocked. A taste of madness. I received 12 combat shards, kills 21. So 12 combat shards. Does the I wonder, does this mean I received 12 for completing the quest and 12 for the number of kills? So I received 24, or are these two representing the same number? And then I also get 3,000 gold and the lucky dice. And having all survived, the heroes actually get some experience from this mission. That's another new quirk. Ascetic. He receives less healing from weird reconstruction. Yeah, the DLC definitely makes this game more complicated because there are more unusual quirk interactions. Okay, Curious has replaced Sickly. That's probably worse. Weapon Tinker, however, is really good. And Compulsive, that's another one of the bad ones.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses.
Okay.
All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
Okay, I have 6 more recruits than usual. Unfortunately, I don't have the barracks capacity to fill them. And while that mission got... Okay, so no, that does only get me 12 crystal shards total. So, while that quest got me 12 crystal shards, it didn't get me any normal heirlooms. So I'm not actually going to be able to accept any of these people. Okay, let the Vestal drink away her sorrows. And the next person I'm going to treat is actually going to be Reynold, because he's more experienced, and so I need him back in the game sooner. Because unfortunately, after treating the stress, I don't have enough gold to do anything else. I am, however, that's the wrong button, going to see what I can get in exchange for my crystal shards. And Nothing, apparently. I don't have enough. I could get them if I were... Ignores stealth? That's helpful. Lens of the Comet. So it just means that a hero's abilities just are completely unaffected by stealth. That could be very helpful. And... non-Euclidean hilt? Crusader only. Plus 15% max damage. On attack, random target 5%. I'm guessing that means there's a 5% chance that he chooses a random target instead of the one I choose. Plus 25% stun skill chance if there's holy water in the inventory. And his every attack now causes blight. So some of these are pretty good if I have the means for them. And also, actually, this doesn't... These items, I assumed that this indicator down here meant that they required crystal shards, but those are a different shape than the comet shards I have here. So what do these require? Because I know the mill requires memories, which I don't have. But yeah, so I'm not close to having any of these. And I also don't have enough gold to be able to afford to spend any of it. Let's see if there's any... Let's see if any of these are worth trading for any of the people we currently have. But since none of them are experienced, I'm not really seeing much of a reason to do that. So let's just go on one more mission before the end of this episode. Oh, I've now... Take back the farm... So now I have access to take back the farmstead. Which means that now I have to kill the miller. This is a veteran mission. And this gets me even more comet shards. And would actually get me some crests. Also, I just had a thought. Would it be worth trading... I don't know. I'm tempted to trade my... Man-at-Arms that has the Crimson Curse for a Man-at-Arms that does not have the Crimson Curse, but I'd be trading a level 2 hero for one with no experience whatsoever. I think I'll hold on to the guy I have for now. What does this indicate? Why is there this picture? Oh, the thing from the stars roams here this week. You might encounter it. That's not a risk I think I should take, especially considering the fact that the only mission available there is a higher difficulty mission. Let's see. I get a haste chalice from the Vestal. I think I'm actually going to go after... I was going to say I'd go after this medium-length mission in the Cove, but the more I think about it, the more I think I shouldn't. And should instead go for a short mission, because we don't have a lot of money which could potentially be spent on food. Instead, I'm bringing the Antiquarian. Quick sort by class to make sure that's the only Antiquarian we have. It would be like me to accidentally miss one. An Antiquarian, a Leper. This one doesn't have Absolution, but he has at least some good abilities. An Antiquarian, a Leper, a Occultist. And trade Abyssal Artillery for Vulnerability Hex. And I'll bring Dismas. I'll bring an experienced Highwayman. And let's provision. Let's bring... I probably only need one vial of the blood. Let's bring another key. Do not forget the torches. I'll spring for 8 food in addition to 2 medicinal herbs. We will need shovels, probably. And a little bit... some bandages and some anti-venom. And congratulations, we're broke again. Let's see if we can change that. Disease and blight in equal measure. Come prepared to deal with sickness.
To
And
prosecute
he's already
our war
craving.
against the swine, we must first scout their
And now he's already up to
squalid homes.
bloodlust. Okay, explore 90% of rooms. This one's relatively simple. And I managed to give the highwayman bloodlust. And I may as well read this journal page. Journal of Darius, Highwayman. Day 4. The road to this damned Hamlet was a tricky one, both to find and to travel. When it reached its ruined face, I swore I had never seen such neglect. Some buildings collapsed, and uncaring residents fidgeting uselessly. I went swiftly to the tavern. Others with similar interests had gathered there, and I was assembled onto an expedition. We leave at first light on the morrow. That's probably going to end badly because, well, in this Hamlet, everything ends badly. In this Hamlet, going to the bathroom could manage to end badly somehow. I mean, look at what happened to this guy just walking down a hallway.
Art, his efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
Also, I already forgot to have the antiquarian be the one who interacts with curios. Pack has already been looted. Wonderful. Over another torch and a rare antique. Wait, now you're giving me the tutorial about disarming traps? I've already done that multiple times. It's like it forgot, and now it's just pretending that this is the first trap I've encountered. Okay.
Such blockages are unsurprising. These tunnels predate even the earliest settlers.
Now we need the food. Still no combat so far, though. And I said it, and so it had to change. Okay, open vein could kill the carrion eater. Unfortunately, it didn't. Okay, I'm actually gonna go with nervous stab on the chopper. There is a plan here. Vulnerability hex on the, I'm not gonna go with the vulnerability hex on the drummer, actually, because I want him gone quickly. So we have to deal with Munch, which is not good. And Drums of Doom, which is even more not good. And Butcher Cut, which is just adding to the score at this point. But I can use Few.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Okay, I should be able to one-shot the drummer with this machine.
Destroy.
And how? There's a nervous stab. I'm trying to get the chopper's health low enough that the leper can one-shot it if he manages to hit. And I'm going to combine that with vulnerability to make its dodge is 0. I don't need the debuff in order to hit it. Very well, the debuff doesn't do anything to help me hit it, rather. Oh, there we go.
Falls,
That leaves just the wretch.
blossoms.
Here I will strike for blood. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. Well, you can still hit it with tracking shot, at least. And nervous stab.
Disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
My eyes find all weaknesses. Yeah, the antiquarian finally just got impatient and decided to kill everything.
Slow and insidious
So,
killer.
either Craving or Bloodlust has a chance to function like an affliction and cause the hero to be forced to take a specific action instead of following my orders. That's interesting, because it's really hard to keep them properly balanced between Craving and Bloodlust. So... And here's even more of the Crimson Curse, right here waiting for me. Pistol shot does 6 to 10, open vein does 6 to 10, but open vein causes bleeding damage, which could push them over the top. Like that. Okay, they're not Eldritch in any sense, so I'm just going to go for vulnerability hex for the one in position 4. So I can take it out next turn. Nervous stab to increase the probability of the leper getting a kill, since Chop isn't guaranteed to one-shot them. And it also isn't guaranteed to hit, because, you know, the leper and all. Okay, I'm gonna need to use start using weird reconstruction soon.
The slow
Okay,
death.
we managed to at least prevent one of them from getting a turn.
Unforgiving.
And only one of them tried to use Gather the Blood, that's good. Pistol shot. not enough damage. Chop, not enough accuracy. Not really Antiquarian, not really anything you could have done there. Okay, weird reconstruction. And it gets us 2. Of the 13 points it could possibly have healed, it healed for 2. Let's go with Great Shot Blast.
Their formation is broken.
Okay, that's a start.
Maintain the offensive.
Nervous Stab, not really going to kill unless it gets a critical, but I'm okay with that. And Chop will continue not to kill until it manages to hit something. By comparison, the Occultist just decided to pop off and give us 22 healing with a level 1 ability.
Such
Now,
a terrible assault
I'm really starting to like the Occultist. Stick with Great Shot Blast. I'm gonna let you continue bleeding because you're only bleeding for 2 hit points worth of damage. Okay, there we go.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
The crate's empty, and it's apparently not made of antique wood or anything like that. And more. Oh, great! And we're surprised too because we didn't have Scout out. Let's start by getting rid of the drummer. He's the biggest threat. The Highwayman is still in the position he's supposed to be in, and now he isn't. Wonderful, wonderful, just perfect. That just went exactly the way that I wanted it to go. No complaints whatsoever about how that turn played out. Yeah, Bloodlust is very much a double-edged sword.
A dizzying blow to body and brain.
Very ow. That's a lot of ow.
Ringing ears. Blurred vision. The end approaches.
Okay. Okay, so he's returned... oh, this is the move button. Okay, so the Highwayman is returned to normal, which means that I no longer have to deal with affliction behaviors, but now his stats are reduced again. A little bit of occultism. I'm actually going to go after this Carrion Eater. There's a plan, sort of. You know, while the Antiquarian isn't very powerful, I have to admit she's very position flexible. Like, the Antiquarian can hit enemies in a lot of different positions and can attack from a lot of different positions. A pistol shot managed to be just barely not enough, but I can make the most of that. Stick with keep nervously stabbing the Carrion Eater. And since you don't have Purge, Q is your is kind of a good second best. But Weakening Curse will kill the Swine Drummer. Congratulations, you just died to a debuff. There we go. And after the repeated nervous stabs,
so
Dismas decided to finally confidently stab the Carrion Eater.
Trick of the light.
Paid the citrine for the Paralyzer's Crest. I considered going on a different mission to get one of those. Right. And an heirloom chest with the hidden compartment.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of
Default party order.
otherworldly corruption.
One more room and we're there. Oh! And there doesn't appear to be anything else of value in here, so let's get out of here before something terrible manages to happen.
The swine folk's labyrinth may yet prove to be navigable.
I don't know, I wouldn't count on it. Well, we've seen how messed up things can get with how the mill is now, where up isn't or sometimes up is left, just because of how messed up that place is. I know the Warrens aren't that messed up, but, well, I'd say they aren't that messed up yet. Things can change. Okay. Got a little bit of experience. And another negative quirk. And a fairly severe negative quirk in the form of light sense. And someone else is antsy. Okay. Fortunately, we made some decent gold.
We dug for months, years, an eternity. And we were rewarded with madness.
Oh, and we have a new mechanic now. Heresy in the blood. An excommunicated madman has responded to the growing infestation in kind. Fueled by conviction, he is merciless and plies his trade with extreme prejudice. The fanatic will stalk parties with infected heroes. That's interesting. So we're kind of stuck between hammer and anvil now. We have the, just treat Antsy, it doesn't cost that much. We're kind of stuck between hammer and anvil here now. So on the one hand, we have enemies that are constantly causing the Crimson Curse, and on the other hand, we have the fanatic who will try to kill any hero that has the Crimson Curse. Things are starting to get challenging. Anyway, managed to make some progress. I even managed to get rid of the Apprentice Necromancer. And our first level 3 heroes for this playthrough are starting to emerge. So, this is going to be the end for this part. Thank you all for watching. I love you all, and I will see you next time.